right, a little story time of today. This is your favorite half Chinese. Actually, I don't know whether I need to be sad or need to be laughing about this. Today I was in Amsterdam. I had some things to do, and then I went to the Dam to make another rant. I make a lot of rants, walking rants, I call them. You can watch them on YouTube, then you know what I mean. If you have not followed me on YouTube, I'm really disappointed in you. But again, there were some protests over there, the usual for that country in the Middle East. We're not going to name the name because of the algorithm. And obviously, there was also another protest on the other side. And that was all against China, but all different groups. And one group stood out, so I needed to talk with somebody. Yes, you all know I always have a mouth with diarrhea, right? Why? Well, here comes it. On the back of this person and of another couple of people, there was written, "I'm Cantonese, not Chinese." I was like, what the you know what? Because I'm also Cantonese, but I'm definitely Chinese. And if I would tell my father or my grandfather for sure that I'm not Chinese, I would be slapped around like there's no more tomorrow. And they probably would say something that they would prefer me to come out as a char siu instead of a person, because at least a piece of char siu has some use. That's exactly what they would say, right? Because that is a very, very Cantonese thing to say. But I'm also sad because it also shows that people are here that are so brainwashed, and all these people come together. These groups are all paid by the same entities, right? Mostly from the United States. Now, there's nothing worse than to lose your identity. And they are always complaining about China, so-called erasing people their identity, while every culture is being respected over there, and everywhere you can find all different kinds of cultures. But they have no problem with brainwashing these little cats into thinking that they're no more Chinese. It's just literally insane. Well, obviously, the kid cannot answer me anymore because, yeah, there was some... then he needed to ask his senior. This is something, right? And this shows you that these people have been literally brainwashed. Because if you were not brainwashed, you can talk for yourself. I mean, this is what you stand for. This is your belief. So it's very easy to defend your point, right? But once people really start to question you about it, then all of a sudden they need to ask for their senior. Anyway, let me see. Oh yeah, it's on. I didn't mind, so I waited a little bit because they also have to do their things, and I'm not going to, bother there in whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. It's not going to happen anyway. But then the senior comes and says, "Yeah, you think that Hong Kong is a country?" Yeah. I said, "Why?" They have a flag. We're literally in Amsterdam. Amsterdam also has a flag. Having a flag doesn't mean that you are a country. So Hong Kong in its entire history has never ever been a country. A fun fact about Hong Kong is that in the entire history of Hong Kong, the only time that they had democracy was after 1997, when it was given back to China in peace. Yeah, because a lot of people are also confused that the Brits gave them freedom and freedom of speech and democracy. But it's very easy to find. You just go and Google all the governors of Hong Kong from that time all the way until 97, and you will soon find out that none of them is Chinese, and all of them had been appointed by the Queen of England, not by the people. Not to mention, that's a colony. You were not even allowed to criticize the Brits. I just imagine that. You were also not allowed to be a communist, by the way. Anyway, that's besides the point. But never ever was it a country. And these people, these cats, just come up with the most stupid things. And if the people are not, mindful, which most people are not, unfortunately, they will think, oh yeah, that's plausible. Oh yeah, if they have a flag, it must be a country. Then I say, what about Guangdong, right? How would you like to say that all these people living there, they're not Chinese? Everybody identifies as Chinese, but just because of you, none of them is Chinese. So yeah, it's very, very sad stories that they even were able to brainwash these Chinese people into thinking that they're not Chinese. And that is what I want to conclude it with. Every single time when the West is pointing its wagging finger, its smelly finger at China and is saying something ridiculous like they are erasing other people's culture, it's an admission of guilt of what they are doing themselves. Not only to other people, but also to the Chinese. And that is how you know that they don't give a crap about us. Anyway, I'm going to give another update. Let me know what you all think of this in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. We're not uncivilized barbarians who think they are not Chinese when they are Chinese. This was your favorite half Chinese, and don't get mad at me. You didn't want to be Chinese. Your favorite half Chinese. And as always, have a great day.